All right, it is the 13th of February, about 8:50 in the morning. I'm getting ready to head off to Michigan. I was violently sick yesterday. Took me down. There was a period of like 6 hours where it was stabbing pain in my stomach. I haven't been sick like that in years and years and years. Flirting with going to the hospital, but I was actually hypothermic. I was taking my temperature and it dropped down to like 95.5, which I know that's right on the threshold for also being dangerous. Don't know what it was. It could have been like the neurovirus, but I don't get sick typically at all, ever. So when I do, I pay attention to it. I also have some other things that it could have been, but I'm okay. Feeling good now. It's just maybe like a 12-hour thing, 16-hour thing. I would say I'm at 70% right now. I had a little bit of cottage cheese this morning and some grapes, which is like the first food I've had in 24 hours. And gonna load up the van and try to make my way to Michigan for the two events this weekend, which are Swole Mates at Wolverine Strength and Conditioning on Saturday, and on Sunday we have the powerlifting meet in Lansing, Michigan, which should be a good time up there. It also should be a good time seeing some friends that I haven't seen in a bit. All right, we are set up here at Wolverine Strength and Fitness. It's a really cool facility, actually. Super neat facility. They got some old regional posters, 2014, 2015 regionals posters. This is our setup. No tent today. We're just going to do a couple of banners with a little podium. It's more open, so we're able to have some just more open floor space versus having like a tent and all that stuff. So it should be a good day. There should be like about 100 athletes or so today. Should be a lot of fun. Spencer's helping tear down.
Really not doing anything.
The gremlin isn't doing anything. We're done here at the Swole Mates. Saw a lot of cool friends. Jack and his girlfriend came, and he's a good buddy of mine from OG back in the day, along with Josh Saunders, Liz, Jeremy, and the crew. Really cool. See everybody. That is the benefit of coming to Michigan. Don't like the cold, but it has been a good day. So I bought a snow scraper. I can't remember where I put it because I don't really live in a state that requires a snow scraper, at least very often. This is me driving. I can see. I love Michigan. I love it. We're set up here in DeWitt, Michigan, north side of Lansing, for the Power Belly powerlifting meet. We got Spencer and Lily.
We're trying to get the energy up.
It's
too quiet.
Damn 9:03 in the morning. It's actually not bad. We were here at 7. Pump it, pump it. This is set up for today. This is gonna be Spencer's setup right here. It's a pretty cool setup. Got the lights on the inside, which makes it always that much better. The banners on the back side, which is always pretty cool. Should be a cool event today. I don't know. I have no clue what our sales are going to be. I've only done one other powerlifting event ever, and it didn't do very well. But honestly, I'm just stoked to be here with these people and see how it goes. All right, it is February 18th at 8:07 a.m. and back from Michigan. I had a trip yesterday, got in, and I went right to work. We have a ton of orders that have come in. This is all stuff that's going out hopefully today and tomorrow. These are orders that have come in for gyms, for the open, and for other things. And we also have a ton in here. I've been dicing up DTF sheets that this big boy has been kicking out. I got one more roll to do here, and then I'm going to be printing for the rest of today. Hopefully I can get all these done today. If I can, that'd be great. And then I'm going to be hopefully starting to print the restock for the Arnold. That's in just shy of 2 weeks. It is Tuesday, so it's way less than that. I leave like next Wednesday or Thursday, so it's like a week and a half, or like a week and a day or so, a week and 2 days. I'll leave next Thursday to head up there. Maybe next Wednesday, I'm not sure yet. But we have all of this is restock for the Arnold, and then I have another 5 boxes coming. I really want to be prepared. We should be, but got a lot going on for the next 2 weeks. So we don't have anything this weekend. It's just a prep weekend. I wanted extra time to do that because this is a bigger event, and we're also going to be setting up a newer booth, so I wanted the time to prep for that. Woke up this morning to some beautiful snow. Nothing like what we see in Michigan. There's a big storm that came through Missouri last night. They got pounded on, but we just got a little bit here. It's honestly beautiful. It's like 30 degrees, snowing. This is what I like, because then it's going to warm up and be beautiful the next couple of weeks, which is awesome. We're just in the prep right now. We got most of the orders done yesterday, and now I'm just working on finishing those up, and we got some of our restock, and we got a huge order restock coming in, I think today. I'll check the tracking as long as the weather doesn't impact that. Warming up the garage right now because it's a bit chilly out there. Got lots of work to do before the Arnold next week. So Christian came over tonight. He's the guy that sold me the printer. I went to the gym, and then from the gym I went and bought a little fucking HP computer. And God, Windows sucks so bad. They make you like sign into stuff. I just want to load a program, and you have to sign in, and then the sign in doesn't work because I've had too many bad attempts. But I wasn't even trying. Mac should be the only acceptable computer on the planet. I don't know why. If you're running like high-end printers and stuff, you have to have a Windows. It's dumb. Catch up, people. What are we doing? But we set up the printer and we cleaned it. But I haven't got the software installed because of I can't, but I will. I'll figure it out. It's just going to take more time, and I don't have time right now because I'm getting ready for the Arnold, and all the rest of the shipments just showed up, and I have ridiculous amounts of apparel that's just stacked and ready, and we got some new stuff coming, which is super exciting, but there's a lot of work to do. So one of the things that I do a lot is I talk to event coordinators about going to their events. And a lot of times, almost all the time, the event coordinators are amazing. However, I can always tell when an event is going to be difficult to attend or operate through by how they treat the vendors or me beforehand. And I mean, a good example of this was Wadapalooza. It was a nightmare trying to get a hold of them, trying to pay. It was, I mean, the whole time leading up was a nightmare, and then getting there was a nightmare. Being a vendor there was every part of it, but it starts early. Like there's kind of like foreshadowing of how it's going to be, because how you do anything is how you do everything. This is one of the principles I live by. And there's a big event that's coming up later this year. It's called Asbury Park Summer Games in New Jersey, Asbury Park, New Jersey. I'm super excited about it. I got connected with a girl named Tanya, but she lives in Miami. I guess she works for them or something like that. It was hard to kind of figure out. We had a great conversation back in October, and she said she was going to send me the deck once it was finalized. And then like December came along, and she shot me an email. She's like, "Hey, sorry, it's been taking so long." And then I sent her another message in January, and I didn't hear anything back. And then a week later, I sent her another one, a follow-up, and didn't hear anything. And so I reached out to someone else, and come to find out, like, she was let go, which is fine. And they told me to reach out to somebody named Alex, and so I reached out to Alex, and there was no reply back. And then I heard it was actually a guy named Bryant. But then I heard back from Tanya, and she's like, yes, I'm ready to start moving forward. But then I talked to Bryant, and apparently she's been let go, but she's still trying to book me. Super confusing. And I talked to Bryant once, and he's a really cool dude. And we're ready to like follow up, and he gave me a call when I was really sick, so I couldn't take it. But now I've been like trying to get a hold of him, and I've called him a few times, and he responds to my texts here and there, but I can't get a hold of him. It's foreshadowing what in my mind is going to be chaos. And so I'm really hesitant to pull the trigger on something like an event where it's hard to even get a deck from the people. Like I still haven't even gotten, well, it's called a vendor deck. It's like all the information of all the sponsorships that are laid out and how much they cost and what's included, the deliverables and stuff like that. I mean, like I can't even get the initial thing. And that makes me so gun shy about the whole thing. I hope that this is just a transfer of power and there's some chaos, but it's gonna even out. But like even still, it's February, so we're like October, November, December, January. It's been like 4 months, and I still haven't even gotten a deck. And I think the event's only like 3 or 4 months out. So I don't know. This is part of the chaos of what it's like trying to get set up for events. Like, and then on the other hand, you have something like not Crash Crucible, it's Crash Crescendo from CrossFit Crash in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I shoot RJ one email, he connects me with Peter, he sends me an invoice, a deck, everything. It was like, it happened in like 2 days. So like, that's the difference of organization versus chaos. And I'm not saying they are chaos, I'm saying my perception of what's happening is very chaotic. So on the back end, if you're somebody who runs an event, it helps so much if your expectations are super clear. So I can just come in and I know exactly what I need to do, exactly where I need to go. It helps so much, and it makes me want to come back to the event. All right, it is Tuesday night. The date is February 25th, 6:05 p.m. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's like 72 degrees. February, I'm not used to that because I'm used to Michigan. This is the front of my place. There's a little bit of the view I got. And we are all loaded, ready for Columbus tomorrow, headed up to the Arnold. And we are overstocked more than we have been. I am bringing more this time than I do typically, and I think it's just because last year we were here, we didn't know what we were doing, we sold like $12,000 and stuff. And we literally had no clue what we were doing. And this year, I would argue we still have no idea what we're doing, but we have a better idea than we did last year. And I have no idea how much inventory I have in value. It's a lot. But we will see. It's going to be an interesting weekend. So the last thing I'll say before the end of this one is I'm CrossFit HQ and Joe Linton and Bob have asked me, ThiccBoi, to be the official apparel provider for the Masters Teen and Adaptive CrossFit Games. We initially had a little conversation about doing the actual games, but I think doing the Masters Teens and Adaptive is really where our heart is first and foremost. Just for, I really feel like the heart of CrossFit lives in the age group and in the adaptive. That's where the heart of CrossFit lives, especially right now. And it only makes sense. It lines up with our ideology. And we initially had a I mean, I need an investor for that type of commitment. It's going to cost upwards of $150,000 to equip all of the athletes with apparel. And then we're going to come in and we're also going to do a cool athlete experience and be able to provide some cool things that the athletes have not seen before. And we also have the IP rights to sell CrossFit Games apparel. And we also have to stock up all our own apparel. And we're going to need about $250,000 investment. I'm going to sell about 10% of ThiccBoi in order to get an investor. And also probably there's going to be some kind of a short-term loan in there with some revenue sharing. And investor backed out like last week. They were lined up since basically this whole thing came down. It was looking good. They backed out. I have potential another one lined up. But man, this is hard. I am down to the wire with having to make decisions on if we can actually do this or not. And I hate the idea of not being able to do this. But if we don't have the funds for it, we cannot move forward. And that's just the bottom line. We are young in this business. I know we are, but I feel like it was kind of a shitty move. I felt like if that initial investor didn't want to do it, they should have told me early on so I had time to line up some other investors, because apparel takes time. Like, it takes time to line up these fabric manufacturers. I'm not kidding you, like 6 months to get that type of apparel in from China and Pakistan. I mean, you're looking at, it's March 1st, basically. April, May, June, July, August, September. I mean, we're already past the games at that point. And I wish that I would have known at the beginning. So you can't always know these things. I can't be upset with it, because I know things change and I get that. I don't know if there was never an interest or if it was just a light interest, but I was told that the investment was good and coming through, and I was banking decisions on that. Because sometimes you have to take risky bets in business, and I was betting on it and it didn't come through. So now I have to figure out what to do. And I've never not figured out what to do. But this is a tough one. So we're going to see how the next week or so plays out, because basically by March 1st, I need to have a solid investor in hand, or we're going to have to walk.